Welcome to my presentation on wildlife management. I am Larry Halaka. Today, I will share with you what I see as the importance of wildlife management and explain why this study interests me. First, I will define wildlife and wildlife management. Wildlife broadly includes all non-domesticated species of wild animals, plants, and other creatures. Wildlife management describes conservation of threatened, non-threatened, and endangered species and their habitats. Wildlife management is essential due to human activities. With our advanced technological innovations, we now have ample tools to exploit the environmental natural resources as never before. Our material achievements have been vast, but the ecological costs have been high and mind-boggling. Highways and byways are built, swamplands drained, and woodlands are bulldozed. Habitats are destroyed. Gradually, we are eliminating the diversity and richness of the land. Bolin and Robinson made reference to the extinction of species and cited Rush's work by explaining that although the extinction of species naturally occur and others emerge without human activity, extinction is occurring at 40 to 400 times the rate at which new species can evolve. Humans' infringement and destruction of habitats and the extinction of species sparked my interest in wildlife management. Human involvement can make strides in rectifying the damage that we have done. Therefore, there are several reasons wildlife management is important. First, conservation of wildlife population is significant. We cannot allow extinction to continue at the current rate. Next, maintenance of genetic diversity is a necessity. Genetic diversity keeps species healthy and therefore prolongs its existence. Plants and animals are ecological indicators. Plants and animals are the first to show disease or an unbalanced ecosystem. When humans notice diseased trees or an abnormal amount of dead fish in an area, scientists will then search for the cause and work to find solutions. Plants and animals provide the natural materials for food and medicine. Humans rely on plants and animals for survival. There is an interrelationship between all living organisms. The health of organisms directly affects the health of humans. Therefore, the health of plants and animals should be a paramount concern to humans. Domestic animals and crops descend from wildlife and directly or indirectly hinge on wildlife species. Finally, plants, animals, including humans, rely on microorganisms cycling the chemical elements meant for life. If mass ecosystems are out of sync, the health of all species are at risk. The task of wildlife management seems ominous, but with direct goals wildlife and humans can cohabitate on the planet. The first goal is to encourage conservation of wildlife and bring awareness to people of all ages. Education is the biggest key to remediation. Another goal is to exalt the effort that will help revive a reverence that the society has for wildlife that denotes an integral part of our values. This is a place where a collective endeavor of government and citizen groups can take the lead to redefine nature's value. Next is to inspire young generations to pursue related careers and as well take up the endeavor of the conservation of wildlife populations. This inspiration needs to start with elementary age children and continue up through high school and college. And finally, to support the implementation of wildlife population and conservation. To meet the goals of wildlife management, 4 essentials and their organization are necessary. 1 is coordination. 2, public participation. 3, education. And 4, public awareness. The first of the 4 essentials is coordination, the bringing together of people with various skills who can plan and develop policies that are geared toward protection, conservation, and management of the wildlife population. The next essential component is public participation. Open public discussions that will inspire the community to accept the notion and significance of wildlife protection. Next is education. To educate and train the public on environmental issues based on wildlife conservation. Finally, the last essential component is public awareness, enlightening the society on the concept of conservation of resources through public discussions and other media. In conclusion, because humans have modified landscapes and exploited wild animals for food, hobbies, and self-interest, it is vital to apply a conscious effort toward conservation. Anything short of this can have a cascading impact on wildlife population, which potentially can lead to extinction. My interest in studying wildlife management stems from my concern about humans' violation and damage of habitats that lead to the extinction of species. I will take a concerted effort of many people using many talents to stop and remediate the harm that humans have inflicted upon nature. The resources for today's presentation came from Wildlife Ecology and Management by Eric G. Bolling and William L. Robinson. Thank you for taking an interest in the preservation of wildlife.